Okay everyone, so my sweet chili sauce. I tried tons of different ways and I always ended up bubbling. I mean, most of it I salvaged, but it bubbled up and touched a hot pad, and I didn't feel comfortable posting making a video of any of that, because somebody might have a mess and just didn't want to do that. But I have discovered how to do it and make a very nice sweet chili sauce. So let's get started. First thing I do is I have a half a cup of white vinegar. And then I'm going to add a cup of water. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of crushed red peppers. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Okay, we're going to put that on sear and bring that up to a boil. Oh, and I'm going to put a pinch of salt. Now we're going to bring this to a boil. And boil that for 2 minutes. Okay, so that has boiled for 2 minutes. What that does is infuses that flavor from the peppers and the garlic into the liquid. Kind of releases it all. Now, we're going to take 2 cups of unsweetened applesauce. Don't use sweetened because it's got sugar in it, and I'm not sure that you'd get the results you want, because that sugar might just bubble up when you freeze dry it. There's 1 cup. And 2 cups. The applesauce is going to do 2 things for this, which work out really nice. Number 1, it's going to sweeten it, which is important for a sweet chili sauce. But number 2, it's going to thicken it up. And you'll notice that this is off. I've removed it from the heat. Here, let me clear that just to make sure you don't think it's still cooking. It's not cooking anymore. We boiled it, brought it to a boil, and removed it from the heat, and that's when we added our applesauce. 2 cups. And that's what you end up with. Now, I didn't do this when I made my test batch, but I'm going to put some red artificial coloring in there. About 5 or 6 drops there, just to get it a little red. I don't know if that'll stay red when we freeze dry it or not. Should do, I would think. That's totally optional. Let me give that a taste. That tastes really good. Another thing the applesauce adds is a little bit of tartness to it, because when you freeze dry the vinegar, it does lose some of its tartness. So that's replaced by the applesauce. So really, the applesauce is just a perfect solution for this, I think. So what I'll do, get my tray out, and we'll just pour that onto the tray. And this recipe makes 1 tray, which is almost 4 cups. And I think you'll agree when this comes out, it doesn't do any swelling. And I think that apple just adds a nice touch to it. So there we have it. I'll get this in the freezer. We'll get it frozen solid. And I'll show you it when it comes out. We'll do a reconstitution. I'll see you then. Okay, here we have it. There's my sweet chili sauce, John and Bibb style, with a little bit of artificial coloring to that to give it a red look. So let's get it packaged up and then we'll do a reconstitution and see how it tastes. And like you noticed, no bubbling up. Took me a long time to get here. Let's see if the taste results warrant all the time spent trying to make a sweet chili sauce that didn't bubble up and explode and make a massive mess in my freeze dryer. Playing around with my lighting. I'm trying to get lighting where I don't have all that shadow. I've got very limited space here in my kitchen. So I don't know how this is going to come out. If it's a bit bright, I apologize for that. That's my noisy window air conditioner cooling off my pump. Let me go over there and turn that off so it don't kick on again. Okay, let's get this into a powder. Well, that's a good sign. It powderized very nicely and quickly, easily. So I need to get 6 pouches. And I got 6 meals prepared. Oh, actually I got 7, but and we'll start out with 1/8 of a cup in each one and see where we end up with. That's 7, and I want to keep 1/8 bowl. And I want to keep some for our test. Alright. I think I'll just call that good. We'll put this aside. Alright, there's an O2 absorber in there. These are going to be 100 cc's. Alright, let me get these O2s sealed up before they absorb too much oxygen. Alright, we'll get these heat sealed up and then I'll do a taste test. Okay, here we go. It's a great reconstitution test. Put a little bit of water in there. Ooh, you can smell that garlic coming off of that. Okay, that's a little bit thick, I think, for a dip. Still a little bit thick. Let's try that. Now the red food coloring kind of turned orangey pink, so I'm not really sure that I need that, because otherwise it would kind of been a yellowy natural or more natural color. It was just an experiment to see that. I probably won't bother putting the food coloring in it next time. I thought it might turn out like a deep red like the Panda Express looks. So let's try the sauce and see what it tastes like. That's good, but I think I made that too thin. So I'm glad I kept a little bit of this aside. So next time I know to make it a little bit thicker when I mix up in my meals. Definitely taste the heat in it for sure. What I like about this, so far anyway, is the apple doesn't taste too appley in the sauce. Let's try that. Much better. Let me try it again. You definitely get that sweet heat taste to it. I'm not going to lie to you, my first choice would be Panda Express. But this isn't a bad substitute considering you can't freeze dry Panda Express. Definitely some heat to that too. Yeah, you just don't taste the apple that much in it. It adds the sweetness. I mean, if you sat there and analyze it, you could pick out that there is apple in it, applesauce. But the applesauce makes a nice thickness to it. It adds the sweetness to it without all the problems of blowing up in your freeze dryer and making a mess. I noticed when I first cooked this and made it up, before I freeze dried it, the apple was pretty strong flavor in it. You know, it was a distinct flavor. But after freeze drying, the apple flavor kind of mellows out. You still get the sweetness of it, but the flavoring of the apple mellows out. So if you mix some of this up and you try it before you freeze dry it, don't let that put you off. Try a little bit freeze dried and then reconstitute it, and you'll see there is a difference. That is really good. I'm going to call that a success. So there you have it. John and Bib's special recipe sweet chili sauce. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.